Okay, I'm here with Penny Low, who is a very passionate member of the Parliament of Singapore, and we're going to be talking about Social Innovation Park,
That's right.
Which is your current. I only want to talk to people here about what their passions are, and that's Penny's passion right now. Tell me about it.
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
all about social innovation. You know, if you look at the world today is at a time never before in two aspects. One, the world has never been as affluent as it is today. And two, it's got technologies that are a lot more affordable, accessible to people from all over the world, whether you're living in a rural community or the urban community itself. But what comes out from all of it is really that we are still living and working within the systems of the post-industrial revolution. In other words, we've now got a world that has got different sorts of conditions, yet we are still bound by, the paradigms of the 1900s. So my sense really is that given the affluence that we have, we can now talk about sharing a little bit more with the haves, the have-nots, and so on. Okay, and with the technology that we have, we can reach more people.
So what are you
within a
doing?
short
What
time.
is this? You gave me the leaflet to SIP.
That's right. So Social
somewhere around
Innovation
here.
Park Limited.
Yes, please tell
Yeah.
me.
Well,
There was a
find
leaflet.
it,
Oh, here
find
it is. Here it
there.
is. Okay, this is all live. We're not going to cut anything. No,
Okay,
this is.
then
Here we go.
that's fine.
SIP.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And what is the Social Innovation Park? We open it up here, and it is.
Right. So what we want to do is to start a whole movement on social innovation. Okay, and when we say social innovation, we are talking about creating paradigm shifts from within the community itself. Instead of solutioning from afar, where usually the typical model about helping community
Yeah.
is for, say, a group of people to decide within a nice luxury boardroom on donating some money or charity to a community that is 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
But that in itself is inequity.
So,
It's not
in
an equal
concrete terms,
partnership.
what is Social Innovation Park?
Yeah.
Does it have an address? It has an address.
It has an address. It's got.
What if I go there? What is there? What do I see there?
Well, okay.
Trees,
let
park?
me say. Well, you will see that very soon. We're actually developing a park, 2.6 hectare big.
2.6 hectares. And
It's
what's
about
going to be there?
Six football fields.
6 football fields. Wow.
This is a dream. I'm saying it a bit prematurely.
Okay.
We have a task force working at it right now. But basically, I'm going to call it a sort of social innovation and eco park. So it will have one part of it that's devoted to renewable energy, right? And we're going to calculate, a grid system to turn this into a sort of a village, an experimental village, where you could pump the energy that's gotten from whether it's wind power, solar power, kinetic energy into the park itself.
So does
the
this
water
mean,
system?
Does this mean that I have a social innovation project that I will apply to you, and I will have a space there? What is
Yes.
the?
So the other part of it. Do I keep on? You want me to keep on
Yeah,
going?
sorry, just checking. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So one part of it is devoted to this, renewable energy park
Right.
itself, because we think that climate change is a very big issue and it's an important one to address, right? And we want to bring the issue in front of people. So that's one part of it. The other part of it will consist of incubation hubs.
Okay, so this is a
And that's
park both in terms of somewhere I will go to visit to learn about what are the social innovations, and it will also have an incubation part. Tell
That's
me about
right.
the incubation part.
Right. So the incubation park itself serves three purposes. The first is to educate the members of the public about what in the world is social innovation or
Right.
social entrepreneurship.
Right.
And then the other part is to educate the social entrepreneur wannabes so
Right.
that they could get up to speed without going through the steep curves and learning on their own.
Right.
So that's one part of it. The second mission itself, which is the second E, is 3E really. First E, education. Second E, empowerment. So these incubation centers, or hubs we call them, will also serve as a sort of shared services and pro bono services that can also help to empower some of these social innovators or social entrepreneurs.
So enabling
Now, the other-
enabling infrastructure.
enabling infrastructure, but also mentorship.
Right.
Because we're going to be bringing a corporate arm in to help them to really go up to speed and to mentor them in terms of the business aspects of things.
Right.
Because they might have the innovation, they might have the ideas, but when it comes to execution, when it comes to market access, they would still need a lot of help from external parties. So that's the empowerment. Right. And the third E stands for enhancement. And that's where we want to look at how do we then, enhance the business model itself so that it becomes scalable and replicable, so that, it won't be confined to just a small location or a small community, but that it could be scaled up or replicated in other communities across the world.
So how is this being financed?
Well, basically, I'm getting in a few stakeholders involved right now, and we have a stakeholder task force going. One part of the stakeholders would be,
So what you're talking about, a bit of this is a dream still.
We have a stakeholder task force going already.
It's going to happen.
We will try to make it happen.
Right.
The money's not on the table, so I'm not going to say it prematurely. But the task force is serious, is going, is more than.
And you're 100% dedicated to it, which is the most important thing to get it done.
Of course, we need a driver. We need a driver, and for now, I'm helping to drive it.
Right.
Now, so we've got, obviously the industries involved, and then we've got the some of the government agencies involved. We've got the schools involved, because schools are important. We've got to we've got to educate the next generation of leaders.
So just to summarize, what is social innovation when you say in the Social Innovation Park? If I go down to the Social Innovation Park, I will learn about...
Innovation Park, you would come out with a different idea about how the world, can be a better place. I just give you another example of social innovation. Okay, I have, for example, a group of people who are disabled and they're wheelchair bound all their lives. And really, if you try and get a job somewhere else, they will get a marginalized job in a factory,
sure,
and they will get a marginalized pay, right? But recently, there's been a lot of cities, and of course, in the case of Singapore, a lot of talks about barrier-free access, right? And it's that really, also in view of the aging population. So what they have then set themselves up is to become barrier-free consultants, barrier-free access consultants. Right. Now tell me, would you pay them a premium or would you pay them a marginalized wage? For people, it's not just giving them the dignity, but it's also showing their families that they can be independent, and it's showing the rest of the world that if you give them space, there is a place for them.
So this is going to be social innovation. I'm just trying to give a quick summary. Social innovation. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure the video is okay.
Sure, go on.
Social innovation. But also it sounds like climate innovation.
Exactly, anything that relates to, in fact, the way of life today.
So it's helping people learn how to improve
themselves.
And
it's solutioning from within the community itself.